This is the sunset in the Bay of Naples at Sorrento. Beautiful clear sky. And that's Mount Vesuvius. Today is the Friday. What you see at the center is the actual Vesuvius now. There's the main crater on top of that mountain. But what is around it is what is called the crater, Summa crater. Summa means the peak, but that's not actually the peak. It was what the eruption of the Vesuvius in the 79 AD left of the mountain. And the sun has set. That is at the sea level, so they have to stop the sea from invading here, although they are doing it, but yet some water is seeping through. And this was at the sea level, so the people were waiting for being rescued.
We were there.
Oh yeah, it's a nice gentle walk down.
And here there are the skeletons.
The hopeful.
Here there are the skeletons. They are perfect replicas. Exactly the same. I told you. I mean, a lot of people don't know that they are perfect replicas. But I can tell you that they are originally exactly the same. Perfect replicas. Anyway, consider that we have understood what happened during the last moments of tragedy, last hours of tragedy, because we have analyzed the skulls, the size of the skeleton. We've seen that children and women were in warehouses waiting, while men on the beach were trying to...
At the boats.
Yeah, close to the boat. They wanted to try to find a solution. When the gas started to arrive and the air became hotter, unbearable, it was the chaos. The sufferings became, incredible, crazy, unbearable. So they started to enter here, the boat houses, the panic. And they started to squeeze, to push. In fact, we have found a lot of ribs broken because of the chaos of the moment. The shock, imagine the shock of not only a thermic shock, the temperature. But the shock of the psychological shock first of all, because they
know
don't forget,
dying.
we forget that, but don't forget that they didn't know, they couldn't understand what was going on.
Yeah.
Because even the word I told you yesterday, eruption and the volcano, did not exist back then. The words, they didn't know what an eruption was. Yes, when they watched... Yeah, you're right. When they watched an eruption, it was explained mythologically, the fight of the Titans.
Oh, all right. Okay. Can I ask you a question?
Right.
We have the skeletons almost perfectly preserved here, and you can actually study the skulls, shapes, heights, and everything. What kind of ethnic groups were living here?
Obviously, because it's possible potentially to understand so much from the genes. And from the genes, originally the ancestors of the ancestors of these people. The problem is that for making the you have to collect a lot, to raise a lot of money. I mean, potentially, because people ask me the quality of the wood. People ask me, potentially you can ask everything. If you finance the research for the answers, So the problem is to give you an idea. I don't know if I told you yesterday. In 1995, we analyzed here, not in Pompeii. Here we analyzed the teeth. Did I tell you yesterday?
No.
The University of Naples, in collaboration with the University of Paleontology of Pisa, analyzed all the teeth. We analyzed over 2,000 teeth, not one or two, right here. And an article, an interesting article on the Lancet. The Lancet, your
yeah, medical
famous
journal.
British, medicine journals, not by chance. Well, they wrote an article where they declared that they found only, imagine, 2.87% of dental cavities.
Oh,
Nothing. Less than 3%, nothing.
Oh, so there's no Coca-Cola.
they're very
on
healthy.
there?
They
No
don't have
Coca-Cola
sugar.
for sure. This is objective.
They had terrible teeth though, didn't they?
No.
Fantastic. In those back then, fantastic.
The Egyptians, sorry.
The Egyptians like their sugar and honey.
No, these ones less than 3%. The teeth were fantastic, spectacular. Here we suffer, I mean, in modern times we suffer roughly of 80% dental cavity. It's a disaster. Our diet is a disaster. Why it was like that? On the same article, they declared that the reason probably was due to two reasons. First of all, alkaline diet.
Oh,
Vegetables,
so any acid is neutralized.
Sorry?
Any acid in the mouth is neutralized by that.
Fantastic. The second reason, very important, probably the most important, they found 3.8 milligrams per liter of fluoride into the water. So how lucky they were. They drank, it's incredible, they drank water with the fluoride into the water. Spectacular. Now we had, I don't know if you do in the UK too, in America they do that. Anyway, they put artificially the fluoride into the water for covering it. Actually they found, and we go away, the opposite problem here, fluorosis.
Oh, that's the disease.
Yes, I read that somewhere. Yes, there was too much.
When you exaggerate too much, potentially you can have the. In fact, in America now they've reduced the quantity of fluoride because they put a lot of, and you can have the opposite effect, a lot of stains on the teeth. Certain, I'm not a doctor, but anyway, medical doctor. There are certainly problems, disadvantages. Andiamo, let's take a good look and we'll go away. Anyway, not so very exciting. The fact that we found almost 400 skeletons here, this makes us understand, suspect that potentially, we think that we find other portals in that direction or not. Because now it's clear, we have written it. We thought that the inhabitants ran away, now we have understood that so they ran to this direction. So why shouldn't we think that there are so many other people are waiting for us? The skeletons are in that direction, or in that direction too, eh? On the coast. So as you can see, Herculaneum is different from Pompeii. There is
Those stratas there.
no, but the strata is visible because they recreate
sorry.
sort of a wave and cut in a different way.
Okay.
Vertically like that with a peak. That one is quite flat. Then you have created an access of they wanted to do that. At least I don't know. Effectively the way. What you see, the strata you say, strata, is clear, evident, and very interesting, I think, in Oplontis. In Oplontis you see different moments of the eruption, because Herculaneum is located, Oplontis is located halfway. You find mud, search, then you find the three layers of lapping stones, and then surge. It's fascinating. Shall we go? Take the last one. Take the last one. So take a look over the last one. Okay.
I think this is about
More or less
50.
Yeah, they're not going to be happy, are they?
No. But anyway, in some cases, as you can see, because of different.
Yeah, completely twisted. But you see the shapes of the skulls have bumps, some of them. They're not the same ethnicity.
Exploded. Yes, and here we have found also when we watch this of a lady, for example, who owned beautiful
Oh yeah, at the end. They try to keep her away.
lot of them, I think some of those things were loaned to the British Museum, or there was stuff that was loaned from here and there that looks really, that I recognise.
But the British Museum is spectacular, really.
It was a brilliant show.
If you notice, and look at that, first at the very end, look at the skulls, so little. Have you noticed? It's
That's a
beautiful little
baby.
children.
I think it's about 60 to 70 skeletons all around here. Is it?
How many?
60 to 70?
Why? Did you manage to count all the skeletons?
Just
I
roughly.
don't know. Yeah, I read I don't know. I've never
I think
counted.
there'd be a lot more
But
than that.
anyway, I read that there were 300.